This is the Checka Pro Radio Show.
I think a lot of people listen to my radio show because they don't know where to turn, what to do, what questions to ask, and I get a lot of phone calls off the air in the office. By the way, I'm going to give out our phone number, 281-398-PROS, 281-398-7767. I get a lot of calls from women and elderly people. For some reason, it appears that some of the contractors they call outside of Checka Pro might be scamming them. Those are the words they used, or they felt that they were ripped off, screwed over, that type of thing. So I brought Adam Greer on from Easy Lift Garage Doors. He's a pre-qualified home service provider at Checka Pro. He's the guy that comes out and gives you an honest opinion of your door. If you don't need anything done, he won't charge you anything. He'll walk away. If you need something done, he charges an honest, fair price to fix or replace your garage door or opener. Adam, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Joe. Always a pleasure to be here with you and bring some value to your listening audience.
So, Adam, this is a great topic, and I'm glad you're joining me here today with your input because you and I come from two different worlds. I'm kind of on the homeowner side. That's where I started the business. I never did what you do. I'm an advocate for homeowners. I help them find pre-qualified home service providers, or what some people might call contractors. And the reason why I have a business, and you know this, is because people don't trust contractors. And you're always swimming upstream, trying to separate yourself from everyone else in your industry. And you and I have discussed this many times, that's why I wanted to have you on the air today, about what you see out there in your industry, in how the service provider and garage doors treats the customer and how you treat them differently.
Yeah, it's a constant battle, like you said, swimming against the grain, fighting to I don't want to say prove, but there's this mindset out there that contractors can't be trusted. Service providers are just out to get everything they can out of you. And for a small business, it's an interesting thing to me that I see people looking to the big national companies, and somehow I guess in their mind they think that validifies, it validates the company. It says they're the ones that are legit. Really, those are the ones who lack quality control, in my opinion. They have so many subcontractors and people they don't even have a relationship with out there representing the company that it's hard to know if you can trust the guy at your door. But as a small company, I live in my community. I value my community, and I want to bring value to my community. And so how do you help people understand that and not think you're just also trying to scam them into accepting you as their service provider? It's a tough thing. It happens all day long, though.
But one great thing you've been very successful at is you have great reviews on your website and on every site that you're affiliated with. Checka Pro is a great example. If you're listening out there and you go to checkapro.com and type in Easy Lift Garage Doors, you will see a ridiculous amount, I say ridiculous, a ridiculous amount of reviews, and they're all positive reviews. Adam owns the company. He operates the company. He's the sales guy. He's the marketing guy. He's the guy. I mean, he is the one. The buck stops with him. So when he comes out to your house for free to assess your garage door damage, your garage door replacement, your garage door opener, whatever it is, it's him. So you as the homeowner, when you're speaking with him, you are talking to the guy who knows everything, who runs everything, who is going to give you the pricing. He's not a paid commission sales guy who happens to be able to fix stuff. He owns the company. There are a lot of garage door service companies and plumbing companies, electricians, roofers, and so forth. There's a whole bunch of them. That's why we do what we do at Checka Pro. A whole bunch of them out there that hire people to go out and basically sell first, repair second. Is that fair to say, Adam? Sell first, repair second.
Yeah, and that's a completely fair assessment. When you put your paycheck ahead of your customer, that's what happens. You've got to now make a sale because you've got to pay your bills, and I get that. We all have to pay our bills. But I am a firm believer that in order to bring value to my community, I also respect that my potential customer has bills to pay too. So how do I help them best? And sometimes that is simply repairing the door. Not everything needs to be replaced. There's a lot that can be done to repair the problem, whether it be the opener or the door. And so our motto is to repair first, replace second. And sometimes the repair is a replacement. But I'm going to be honest with you when I'm at your door. And if I tell you it's time to replace, it's because it's time to replace. I want you to spend your money to your best situation.
Adam Greer from Easy Lift Garage Doors is joining me here on Checka Pro Radio. I'm going to throw out his number, 832-497-4260, 832-497-4260. Adam had an opportunity to sell me a brand new garage door. As a matter of fact, he possibly could have sold me 2 garage doors because I have 2 garage doors, and one of them kind of got off track. I sent Adam a picture because he asked me to. Because I said, Adam, you got to come on here and replace my door. And he said, well, send me a picture, Joe. So I sent a picture. And he said, oh, I think I can fix that. I'm like, yeah, right. I don't think so, dude. Well, sure enough, he comes out at night. It's dark outside. This was a couple years ago. He comes out, spends some time, puts it back on track, tightens some things up, puts some sheet metal screws here and there, lubes this and that. And the door worked better than before it came off the track. And the reason why I thought I'd have to get 2 doors is because they probably wouldn't match. They're very old. They're probably, they're going on 20 years old. And Adam has fixed my garage door. I didn't have to replace 1 or 2 doors. And after 2+ years, it's still operating. Wow, what a value is huge. So thank you for that. And Adam is right. He's going to try to fix it first, repair it first, and then replace it second. That's not true of all providers. We've been operating Check-A-Pro for 12 years now, and I have seen and heard everything. Not just in the garage door business, Adam, but across all categories. Like I said, roofers, plumbers, electricians, air conditioning companies. And there are some, thieves out there, and that's why we do Check-A-Pro. And you really need to be careful. So let's get back to when someone calls a provider and the provider says, sure, we can come out. There's going to be a trip fee, a trip charge of $89. What does that mean to the homeowner when they hear that? Should they shy away from that?
Yes and no. Ask the right questions. Will that trip charge be deducted if I use you for the job? They say no. That's just on top of whatever's out there. That's a steep bill, $89. That's actually pretty cheap. I mean, sometimes it's $100 to $150. So you want to ask the questions. What's going to happen with this trip charge if I do choose you? Know that there's no legal requirement. So they can't pressure you to write that check and get to the door. You got to be wise. There's enough providers out there that don't charge. Usually those who are charging, sometimes it's out of frustration. There's times when I can go to places and you just, man, it's a long trip for nothing. It's a way of guaranteeing that the trip is not at least a waste. And so if you're going to respect that guy and the provider and appreciate his time, it's going to go a long way with free trip charges. I just believe that if I come and I respect you with that and I say, look, I'm coming out, free trip. We do not charge anything within the hour radius of Katy. It's always tough to go a 2-hour trip without some kind of charge, but we don't charge. In fact, I'm going out to a job today in League City, and it's definitely out of our zone. Lady explained to me her situation. She asked me some right questions. I talked to her, and we decided that, I'm going to come out there and take care of her because this is why it's on my heart this week. She just spent $150 for a trip charge for the guy to tell her she needed to spend $550 to repair the door. When she told me what it was, they found it's a $300 repair. Had I come out there, that's all she would have spent. She's already $150 in. We are going to have to do the repair that's needed, but she's still going to come out ahead of the game. This is the problem. The high pressure, the guy will make you believe I'm not leaving until you write that check. That's just not a good service provider.
No, they're not service providers. They're like the mob. They show up at your door with a baseball bat and basically demand money for not providing services at all. And, sometimes that's actually their intent. Their intent is volume. Let's go out. Let's look at it. It's actually more profitable to go to the next call for $150 than to actually spend time and repair this because it comes down to time and money. There are a number of large companies in Houston, Texas, outside of what you do, but in other service provider industries that are known for selling first and repairing later. And what I mean by that is they actually hire, and I'm exaggerating a bit, but I really believe this in my heart, they actually hire people who can sell and who have technical abilities. What I mean by that is you can hire a technician who goes out and fixes something, and what sold the homeowner on that technician was their company, maybe from a TV ad, radio, or whatever, or an experience before. That technician doesn't have to be a salesperson to fix something. But what some of these other companies like to do is they like to hire people who are technically able to fix something, replace something, but they must be able to sell because they get paid commission. And they upsell, and they upsell. So, for instance, an example might be they come over to your house because your garage door is off the track. And they say, oh, you need a new garage door. Not only that, I think that, we know that your garage door opener was strained during this period, and that thing's about to blow. We got to replace that. It just got to go. While we're at it, that other door there, well, that's as old, and that's probably going to go within 3 or 4 months. And some of these people buy this stuff. Literally, They buy it. And a couple $1,000s later, they have brand new garage doors and brand new garage door openers, but they didn't need it all. Just like me. I didn't need it all. I mean, would I like to have new garage doors? Well, yeah. but I didn't need it. And eventually I will, because they're coming up on 20 years old, and I think we've done well being that old. So the point is, everybody, you need to ask questions. If it sounds odd and it doesn't feel good in your gut, you can always call me about any provider, but you should call Adam always for your garage door repair or replacement needs. Adam's number's 832-497-4260. He's been checked out by me, Check a Pro Joe. When we first met, I think we met maybe at some event somewhere, but then I think we actually had a sit-down meeting at a Starbucks one day. We sat down.
That's it. Yep.
And I'll meet in my office. I'll meet at the provider's office. Sometimes we meet at a coffee shop. And I remember that meeting. I remember looking at Adam and he gave me this look of kind of like, well, I really think I understand Check a Pro, and I think this would be great for us. And I'm like, yeah. And but I need to ask you some questions. How long have you been doing this? Do you have references? Do you have insurance? And we went through the whole process. And that's something that, Adam, I can do. But most homeowners can't do that. They don't have time to do that. I kind of do it once and then stay in touch with you. You and I have regular meetings. We talk on the radio and so forth. But the homeowner only has one experience with you maybe in their lifetime if they're lucky, because hopefully you don't have to come back every 6 months and fix something. That's not the point. Point is you're going to go, and maybe you go back every few years because they've become a great customer of yours. I know them all. So call me if you have questions about any provider, but call Adam specifically, because I don't know what he knows about garage door repair. I trust him that he will not take advantage of you. Check out all of his reviews. You can go anywhere on the internet. Just go to Easy Lift Garage Doors Reviews, and you're going to find all kinds of stuff on Google there. It's just endless. Adam, can you believe it? We're out of time already.
Time goes fast when you're doing something good.
It does. And, I really appreciate all that you do. Thank you so much for taking care of the homeowner out there in Houston. All of my listeners appreciate it as well. And we'll catch up with you next time, buddy.
This is the Check a Pro Radio Show.